So we will be seeing the next one, disciplinary procedures. What is the disciplinary procedures? If in a company, if the management finds out that the employees are not following up the proper procedures and they are not showing the proper disciplines, then they have the rights to take the disciplinary actions. So you can expect a question: in which situation it results in disciplinary action by a management? So you can write many points, but from your side, but I am highlighting these 5 points. So the first one is like if the supervisor who is there fails to follow a procedure and instructs their shift to cut corners in order to save time. So it results in a disciplinary action by the management. The second one, a worker drives a forklift truck and he is not careful about the driving safety rules and all, and if he leads to racking, causing the damages, then it results in the disciplinary action. The third is if a supervisor fails to isolate a machine before working on it, again it leads to the disciplinary actions. You can imagine about the lotto testers. If there is no lockout, there is no tag out, what will happen? Then we have if a worker climbs over a locked machine guard to carry out some quality check, what will happen? It is again a disaster. It is not permitted to climb on the machines under repair, under maintenance, possibly, but not on the machine guards and all. Sometimes it happens, people used to remove the machine guards to do the maintenance, but possibly sometimes you have to work on that way, but you have to see the safety measures. What is the alternative safety is there? The last one, if the office employees repeatedly enters the factory area without required PPE, despite being told many times, obviously disciplinary action is possible. So what is effective communication? So you know what is communication. How you will be communicating with your workforce in the field, it shows the effective communication. It shows the communication how effectively you will be communicating with your workforce in the field. It is categorized as the effective communication. So in effective communication, you will be seeing the verbal communication, the written communication, and the graphic communication. So what is verbal communication? Verbal communication means if you are communicating with your workforce through spoken words, like face to face, if you use face to face conversation, meetings, interviews, or through the phones, through the public systems, public addressing systems, then it is known as the verbal communication. What is the merits and demerits of verbal communication? It is same like the advantages and disadvantages. First we'll start with the advantages. What is the advantages of verbal communication? It is a personal. You will be personally delivering the messages to your workforce. There is no mediator between you and your workforce. Quickly you can deliver your messages direct. It will be direct between you and your workforce. Understanding, if any understanding is required, they can clear between you and your workforce. The feedbacks, you can get your feedbacks, how your speech was, how your instructions, say communication was. Exchange of ideas, views, possibly. Additional information, if you have to provide the additional information on the spot, you can provide. So what is the limitations of verbal communications? Yes, there are many limitations. The first one is language problem. You know, in working places, there are different peoples from different cultures, different language speaking persons. Like if you are in GCC, you have Arabic people, you have Hindi people, you have people, Chinese people, the Koreans. So all people have their different languages. So that is a limitation. The jargons, the technical words, the phrases which you use may not be clear to your people. Your pronunciations may not be clear to the people. The background noise, if there is a big background noise in the place where you are conducting the communication, the verbal communication, it will be a problem. Poor hearing, if the people have some aged people in your workforce, they might be having some problem with the hearing capacity, so it will be a problem. The misinformation, like they can understand something else, what you are saying is different from what they hear. They may forget the information, that is possible. No record, very important point, because if you are saying something but there is no record, if there is no record, then obviously you or your supervisor can change the statement tomorrow also. So there is no record for the verbal communication. The poor quality, Yes, obviously, sometimes it happens. The loudspeakers, problem with the loudspeakers, the phones, on the telephone, everything. It may be poor quality, so they don't grasp the information. So again, it is a big limitations of the verbal communication. What is a written communication? So written communication means any communication which is done through the report, meme, which is written format like emails, notice, company handbook, policy documents, all are written communication. So what is a merit and demerit? Merit means the first point is permanent record, means it will be a permanent record. You have record with you that already this is communicated. The second is it can be referred back by the workforce that if they have any doubts, written carefully by you, so that you can avoid the maximum jargons, abbreviations, technical words. It can be distributed to those people also who are outside through email, meme, and these handbooks and all. So what is the limitation of written communication? The limitation is indirect. It is not directed to any particular group and people. So it is indirectly provided. The time, it takes time to write. Similarly, the jargons, there may be chances of jargons, technical words and abbreviations coming in there. Similarly, may not be read. It means sometimes people are not able to read it properly. Similarly, the language, again the language can be a problem. Sometimes it happens. People may not be able to understand the English if it is written in English language, commonly used languages. Similarly, not readable. The printed material, the quality will be very less and they are not able to read it properly. Feedback not available. At that time, in written communication, feedback is not available. No questions. Your workforce can't ask you question back. Impaired vision means they are not able to see. Sometimes the people doesn't have the proper vision and all. If they have the impaired vision, then they are not able to see and read it properly. So that is the limitations of written communication. So friends, we will be seeing what is graphic communication. So in graphic communication means the communication will be happening through the pictures, symbols, pictograms and all. So what is the merit and demerit we will be seeing? The merit means first one is eye-catching. Yes, it will be very attractive. The pictures, symbols which we use under graphic communication is very attractive to eyes. The second is visual. It is visually attractive. It's a visual scenario, so like the people gives more concentration to visual things. Then the third is quick to interpret. It is very easy. It is very simple form of communication, so it is very easy to understand. Fourth, there is no language barriers. There is no language, nothing is we are using. Fifth, again related to language, there is no jargons, no abbreviations, no technical words. Sixth, it is very convey messages to wide audience. It is very easy to give the messages to wide audiences. Then the demerit. What is the demerit? The first is simple message. You can only give simple messages. For example, for a road, you can give only in a poster. You will be able to provide only one information regarding the road speed or regarding the diversion. You can't include many messages. Second, expensive. You have to print. You have to make board, and also it is very expensive. Third, not looked. It's not necessary. People will look on your graphics and posters, so that is also a demerit. Fourth, symbol. Sometimes symbols comes out, like for example, consider radio, for a radioactive material symbols or radiography symbols. All your workforces are not able to understand. It's not necessary all people will know all the symbols. So again, it is a demerit. No feedback. You can't expect any feedback. No questions for this. No one can ask you any questions. Impaired vision. Yes. Again, if the people now are not able to see properly, then they can't understand. They can't get it. So if the vision is impaired, again it is a demerit in graphic communication.